Hi guys, and welcome to Network Instagram Like a Boss. So let me first start off by introducing myself. My name is Sam Barefoot and I am all about making visibility effortless. So let me give you a little bit of detail about me. I've been in the health and wellbeing industry for the last 11 years. That's primarily what I've done, but I'm a former UK health radio presenter as well. I've had a really successful podcast that's done over 500,000 downloads and been in the top spot on iTunes and all that various good stuff. I have a global audience of over 40,000 people, and of course, I've been featured in all these lovely publications here. So, hence why now actually I just really focused on visibility. And as you've probably guessed, you probably know who I am, but I do love a drop of Instagram. So yes, I can help you across the board, but I really, really love to help you on Instagram. So, and this is why, this is what this is all about, because I get an astronomical amount of people ask me how I make Instagram work for me. And for me, hands up, I'm still relatively new to Instagram when you think about it. I only really started to get knee deep in Instagram kind of mid last year. So I've only really been doing this really, really seriously for about a year, but honestly, it's just grown leaps and bounds, and it is really fast becoming my absolute favorite platform to hang out on. But it is really different from everything else that I have used. So, if you followed me for a really long time, you know that Twitter was my playground. I loved Twitter back in the day. It's where the majority of my followers are. Um, but I knew that when I stepped away from my health business and the radio stuff and the podcasting, that I would need to be talking to where my clients were. And, I love working with those in health and well-being. And I know that those people over there, they're all hanging out on Instagram, So as much as my business has grown and developed since then, um and I work with all kinds of different people now, they still exist on Instagram. So for me, it is absolutely a tool that you need to get your head around. And I'm just going to give you a few little facts that's going to help you with that. So a few Instagram facts. Just recently, Instagram went over the 70 million account mark, and that is huge, okay? So I can tell you that in December, they had 400 million. And then at the end of April, they released that they had 600 million. And within the last month, they've added an extra 100 million. It is the fastest growing platform out there. And I truly, truly believe that if you are not on board, it's going to become really quite difficult for you to climb that mountain when this goes completely mental. And it's already doing that. It's already completely mental. You just need to learn a few things on how to do that. The top 90% of all global brands exist on Instagram. That's just like crazy. That's completely craziness. 60% of users log in daily. Daily. That's huge number. People are logging in, they're scrolling, they're double tapping, they're commenting, they're doing all that kind of stuff. You could be potentially missing out on this. Now, the next thing here, this one, a lot of people ask me this. They're like, well, I don't really work with the US people. I don't really work with the guys in the States. I'm like, well, do you know what? The really interesting fact about Instagram is that actually 75% of users are not in the US. They're everywhere else in the country. And I can tell you from my point of view that generally the other big country aside from the UK, which is where I am, obviously, that I get attracted to, that people come and ask to work with me, is people in Australia. So the New Zealanders, the Australians, all those people, I have a lot of clients in that particular area. So really, guys in the States, yes, I do work with them, but generally speaking, it's usually the UK or Europe and those down under, so the Aussies and the Kiwis that I get involved with. So for me, that is very definitely true. So if you're worried about that, actually, it's not really a worry at all. And this was an interesting fact that I found the other day. 120 million has been created in, leads, clicks, inquiries, all that sort of stuff. So if you're thinking that Instagram is just all about pictures, selfies, pictures of your food, pictures of your coffee, all that kind of stuff, and there's no real money here, honestly, you're wrong. You are completely wrong, because there is some big players here. There's some big money being made. And, once you get to grips with how to work this like a complete boss, and I'm going to show you how to do that, I think it'll just open your eyes to a completely different network that exists right here at the end of your hand that's really in your phone. So let's have a look. Let's get cracking. Okay, this is the number one thing that people get wrong, right? You're using Instagram like Facebook. Okay, now I totally get why we do all of that. Facebook has been around for a really long time. The majority of us have logged into Facebook every day for the last goodness knows how many years. So for us, we have been really primed with how we network and how we sell and how we market our products according to the rules of Facebook, right? But Instagram isn't Facebook, and you need to learn a completely different set of rules to make this work for you. Okay, and that's where most people get wrong. They assume that you set your account up and you start to do some stuff, you put some content out and you do some posts, and you expect people to come to you and find your content. And yes, there are ways for you to do that, but ultimately, Instagram is about you networking, it's about you being social, it's about creating community and being part of a community, and really making it work for you. So you need to be more proactive than that. So let me just put this to you so you can understand this in terms that the majority of us will understand. Okay, so I'm talking to business people now. You guys have probably been to a physical networking event, all right? So you know the kind, you buy your ticket, you turn up at a bar or some sort of venue where there's drinks available, and there's sort of, everybody's wandering around potentially with their badge on, and they're armed and dangerous with their business cards, and they're all looking a bit smartly dressed and all that kind of stuff because you're representing your business and your brand, right? So do you turn up at this event and do you sit in the corner with your lemonade and you wait for people to come and say hello to you? Or do you get up off your butt and put yourself out there? Like literally get up, walk over to someone and say hello. Get to know them, get involved with the conversation, see what they're talking about. Can you add some value there? Which one of those do you do? Okay, and I'm hoping that you're all screaming in your head, it's B, it's B, because absolutely the right answer is B. Okay, and yes, I have been to many a physical networking event. They are not my bag at all. I find them utterly boring. And yes, I have seen those people sitting there in the corner with their overpriced lemonade, waiting for someone to come and say hello. It's not the way to do business in that way. It's not the way to network. And I can assure you, it's not the way that you should run your Instagram account either. So let's get networking. Now, if you've ever seen any of my other tutorials, the best way for me to show you is actually to deep dive into Instagram itself. I think you learn better there. It gives me a really solid way of showing you how I would do it if I were you. It's how I do things with my clients. It's just a real easy way of me showing you what it is that you need to learn to make sure that you're networking on IG like a complete and utter boss. So before we dive over to Instagram, and that's what we're going to do, this is what we're going to cover on the deep dive. So we're going to find out how to find those authority accounts. We are going to learn how to target the most active users. We're going to learn how to target the buyers out there. That's the important one, right? You want the buyers. And we're going to learn how to network to increase your followers, right? So some big ticket items here, big ticket. There's a lot of people that really, really, really want to know this stuff. So I'm just going to pop this out and take myself over to Instagram, and ta-da, here we are. So first thing on the menu is when you're here and you've set your account up and you've done a couple of posts and all that kind of stuff, right? The first thing you need to do is you need to look at the authority within your business, within your niche. So who is that? What does that look like? Okay. So for me, I've actually become completely unprepared, but that's okay. So who sometimes do I really like looking at? I like looking at Emily Williams, right? So she is I Heart My Life Now. Now she has a really good following base, okay? It's not overly huge, but that's a decent sized number, all right? And I know that she has a really thriving business, and the followers that she has, her tribe, are really well nourished. They love every word that she hangs off, okay? So it's kind of a cool place potentially for me to hang out, right? So this would be where I would start hanging out. Now, what do I mean by hanging out? Okay, what I mean by that is, and be authentic about this, guys. Don't just do it because for the sake of doing it. Okay, you need to be authentic. So, you know, I would have a little scroll through and see, you know, what it is I'd like to comment on. Right, so here she's in New York City. It's a great image. So potentially I would like that. And I would just literally say what I've just said to you here. Love this image, right? Never been to NYC, but simply must go see. Okay, so I would do this, right? This is me networking in an authority account. All right, so I'm there, I'm giving value, I've liked her post, I've left a comment as well. You need to be really authentic about this. All right, so imagine this is you have just found a new group in Facebook, okay, and you want to start to get to know the people within that group. All right, so with your Facebook hat on, you want to network within the groups. I thought I'd turn these off, obviously not. You want to network within the group. This is what I'm doing right here. So this page, this account is a Facebook group. Just think of it like that. And you're networking within that group, right? So you scroll through, you have a look, you see what is popping up, which is catching your eye, you know, all those sorts of things. And you network. You leave some comments, you listen to what other people are saying. So there's some 14 comments on here. Let's have a look. Okay, so you know you can respond to any of these people as well. So if someone has said something that you know is really inspirational, or something that maybe you don't agree with, or maybe someone's asked a question and you know the answer, then you simply tag this person, write the answer, and hit enter, and that is you networking within that account. Okay, so when I say find your authority, so you want to find people that do the same thing as you almost, but they're kind of, you know, they're the leaders in your field. So if I was to look at something else, so this would be potentially someone that I might look for on a business front. But if I was looking for someone like another Instagram expert, then you know, quite frankly, it's going to have to be Insta with Alex. Oops, she's an absolute wizard at this stuff. So if I wanted to get all involved with people that are really interested in Instagram, then this is where I hang out, right? So again, you scroll through, you find the stuff that you like, the images that you like, you know, go to them. I love starfish. I absolutely love starfish. So I'm gonna like that. I'm just gonna say love starfish because I do. I you know, if anyone actually knows me, I really love marine life. So you know, for me this is like perfect. I love it. So this is me again. This is like almost like a Facebook group, right? So I'm hanging out in this group, I'm getting to know Alex's followers, I'm giving some value, I'm letting her know that I'm here, I'm talking to the people that are, you know, answering and commenting and all this wonderful stuff. And this is how you network amongst the authority accounts on Instagram. So it's a very proactive approach. You have to be the one that literally you're getting up off your butt, you're taking your lemonade with you, and you're going and saying hello. All right, that is how you network with authority accounts on Instagram. Okay, so the next thing we're going to target is how to target those active users. Okay, because what you want to do really is, although she's got, you know, 30,000, over 30,000 followers, there's a lot of people there that are going to be really inactive, right? So you could go through, you know, click this and see a list of her followers and start, you know, maybe opening their accounts and having a look at what they're doing, but you don't know the last time that that person actually was on their account, right? It doesn't show you from within the account, you know, when they were last active, because some people will post sporadically, but actually they're using the platform to network, to talk to people daily, whereas they might only post like once a week. All right, so what you want to do is you want to find a way of targeting the people that are really, really active on Instagram. Now, the way that you do that, and quite simply, is you target the most recent posts. Okay. Now I know Insta's been on I know Alex has been on holiday, so her post was like, yeah, June, beginning of June. But normally she's a really good poster. All right, so this is probably like a few days, yeah, a couple of days before. So for example, right, what you would do is you would go to the most recent one, or the most, maybe the top 3 or the top 6, depending on how frequently they post. If they're a daily poster, maybe they post twice a day, you can go kind of maybe the last 12 images, and actually that's only like the last week. But you go to the most recent posts of your authority account, or an account that that is perfect, that you know your IC are hanging out, you know that your crowd are there, you know that your ideal clients are sitting there talking to other people, and you go to those most frequent posts, right? So the most frequent ones, the most recent stuff, and this is where you hang out. This is where you predominantly hang out, okay? So all these people here have very, very recently made a comment on Alex's post. So these people here are the most active users within her following, right? Does that make sense? So say today was the 1st of June, for example, right? So this post has just arrived. So you can click on it. You can, if you was on a phone, obviously you tap it, right? So I'm doing this on a desktop to show you. And all these people here are her most active followers, yeah, because they have posted on her most recent post, right? So if you really want to get involved and you really want to start networking with these people, what I would do is I would then click their accounts, have a little look through what's going on. Do I like this? I actually really like this post. That's kind of cool. That looks really yummy. So I would like her post. I would say that looks really yummy, right? So this is me networking with other people, but I'm networking very specifically with people that are following an authority in my business, and those people that are super active with Instagram, right? Because we know potentially this post has just come up, or it's maybe a few hours old. This person has just, who is she? I don't even know who this is. Body by Ashanti, right? She's a holistic health and fitness girl. She has very recently commented on Insta with Alex posts, so we know that she's pretty active on Insta, right? So that is how you would target the most active users within your authority account. Okay, so say for example these are daily posts and maybe 2 a day, so you could go like maybe 4 layers down, and you could kind of concentrate if you really, really wanted to target these followers. And the reason you target the followers is to grow your own account, okay? Because people are nosy, right? When you start making comments, when you start liking stuff, when you start interacting with other people, people are going to want to know who you are, right? So they're going to be clicking your account, they're going to be reading your profile, and they're going to want to know whether you're worth a follow, whether you're going to be of interest to them, and whether your business is perfectly aligned with the things that they need right now, okay? So this is why the networking on Instagram is absolutely imperative to grow your account, right? To grow your credibility, to grow your authority, all those kinds of things, right? So that is how you target the most active users within Instagram, okay? Now, the buyers. We all want to find the buyers, don't we? The thing about the buyers is it's actually not as hard as you might think, right? And I don't think I've seen anything on her account. I'm just reading because I want to find you a really good one. The way that you do this is, I've got to try and think of someone. Yeah, the She Boss Academy. Let's go with her. Okay, so the way that you target the buyers, so again, right, we're thinking about authority, we're finding that authority place, or someone, someone with an account that has the perfect crowd for you, the perfect tribe that you really want to infiltrate, you really want to get yourself known amongst those people. So again, if you're thinking in the terms of Facebook, you're finding that perfect group that is full of those people that really, really, really would like, to learn from you, get to know you, you want to know them, they want to know you, and together you make perfect business cake. I don't know, whatever, right? So you find your authority account, and then what you do within that authority account is you find the sales posts, right? So let's have a little look at this lady here. And I think, do you know what I think she's done? There was some here. Oh, here we go. Right. This one here. Okay, this one right here. I'm helping 200 boss chicks earn $1,500 daily on Instagram in June. Right? Let's have a little click on that. And as you can see, let me just go back. As you can see, she's got 173 likes on that and 7 comments, right? So we're going to go on here. Now, potentially anybody that has liked this post or anybody that has commented on this post potentially is a buyer, okay? Because they're liking the fact that she is selling them a product, okay? So this is how you find your buyers. So again, if you're interested in really getting to know the buyers, the people that are kind of primed and ready to learn, expand their knowledge, increase their skill set, invest in their time in their business, in all their brand, all that kind of stuff, you need to make sure that when you find those authority accounts that you try to find, and preferably if you're doing this regularly, you'll do it within that active account time frame that I was telling you about. That you find one of these posts, okay? Because these are the posts that you want to hang out with, right? You want to hang out with the people that have made the comments here. You want to hang out with the people that have liked the post, okay? Because these potentially are the people that are interested in buying her product. So again, if you go down, she's got another one here. Same thing. Again, 135 likes, and there's quite a few comments and things as well. So, you know, if I wanted to target this account's potential buyers, I would click this. I would click on this. Now, if you've got a private account like this, is a good example for here, actually. The only way you'll get to see them is if you follow them. And if you think potentially she is the right market for you, then hell yeah, hit that follow. If you don't, then that's fine. Just back up and find yourself someone else. But if need be, you just go back and find someone else. So this is awesome. Let's click this. I don't even know how to say her name. Oh, Natalie, yeah, Natalie Nicole. So here, right, this account is open. So if I thought that potentially, you know, hanging out with this lady here, I would have a little look through her profile and make a comment on, you know, the things that I felt I could comment on. And as I say, always be really authentic about it. Don't just comment for the sake of it. So that is how you find the buyers amongst the following that these people have. Okay, and I know that sounds really like quite simple. And you know, again, one of the big questions I get asked is, how do I sell on Instagram, right? Well, the answer is you just sell, just as this person has here. And you create, you know, that kind of list for you to get in contact with these people and say, you know, if this was me, then I would be getting in contact with them and asking them what they'd like to know further about the product. But for you, if you want to target the users, so potentially you could migrate them over to following you, you know, you've got a really nice batch of highly engaging people that are interested in expanding knowledge, skill set, you know, investing in their business, blah blah blah. This is a really, really good way for you to target those buyers. So that is how you target buyers. Now, the final piece of this puzzle is you can actually network with a purpose of growing your following as well. Okay, so with everything that we've learned here, what you would do is you find that authority account, right? So I'm just going to stay with SheBoss Academy, okay? You find that authority account, right? You click on their most recent post, again, because we want the most active users, right? We want those people that are actively using the platform. And there's no better way for you to find them than those that have recently posted, and they are like 10 hours ago, and she's got 558 likes. That's 558 people that have been active on Instagram in the last 10 hours, okay? And, you know, an absolute ton of comments. Now, the way that you can network this, and a lot of people use this strategy, right? The way that you can network this is quite simply, you find that authority account, you find that most recent post, and then what you do is all the commenters, you click on them, and the method is this: you go for 3 likes and 1 comment. Okay, so you would potentially like, leave a comment, or whatever. I wouldn't do some of these because they're not my thing, but I would find the ones, if you thought that this person is going to be perfect for you, have a quick read of the profile, think yeah, okay, good, let's just have a little squiz through. Like, I'm gonna leave a comment there, right? I don't know, say something about her glasses or a hat or whatever, and then you move on to the next. Okay, so you go back and find yourself someone else. So let's go here, the fierce females. So again, I would look at this and think, do I think I could work with this person? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, cool, I could do that. So like, I'm going to leave a comment here. Okay, now the purpose of this is when it pops up in their notifications, you will stand out like a neon light flashing in their notifications because you've done 3 likes and you've left a comment. So you're going to appear in their notifications 4 times, all next to each other. Okay, so that makes you stand out. And because it's made you stand out, it means that it's very likely that they will check you out. So as long as your targeting is right, as long as your profile is absolutely on fire, and this person is in your niche and is potentially your ideal client, it is very likely that they will follow you. Okay, so that is how you would increase your followers, by networking like an absolute boss here on Instagram. Okay, so that is how you do it. So just remember, you find your authority account, you find the most active users by looking at the most recent posts, and then within there you would target those that are commenting, and if you have time, there's a lot of them there, you would also look at the people that have liked the post as well. Now you can get so involved in this, but what I would say is just spend between an hour and 2 hours a day if you want to use this to grow your following. Okay, it does work, it works really well, and as long as your targeting is really, really good and you know who you're looking at and you're very, very sure on your ideal crowd, then this will help you grow your following very organically, very authentically, in a way that Instagram loves. Instagram loves you to be a community builder. It loves you to do the networking. It loves you to be social. So this is an absolute surefire way of you growing your account from a really authentic place, very organic growing, and it's going to cost you nothing, just a little bit of your time each and every day. So hopefully that has given you everything that you need. So until next time, I'd love to hear actually what you think. If you have any questions, of course, hit me up on the email. Just reply to the email that you've got from me. I'd love to hear what you think. Any questions, of course, just let me know.